we going, everyone? I'm just admiring this little garden bed. Can you see what's going on here? Some of you may say nothing, it's just a bit of dirt and old dried up straw and some weeds growing in between here and everywhere. Well, quite the contrary here, folks. I mean, we've got our beetroot going, we've got our red leg spring onions. I planted some lettuce and chicory and that I transplanted. They had germinated on their own in the other garden beds. But even more exciting is this. Have a look at this. See all these? Little forest. Now the temperature out here during the daytime doesn't get above 14 still. It may be warmer in Melbourne, the suburbs, but out here on this property, 14 degrees is about the average daytime temperature. And at night time, at least 0, maybe -1 or 2 at times. Yet these little critters here have popped up on their own. Well, they're not little critters, they're little babies. We've got little tomatoes growing. That's what they are if you haven't recognised that already. And it's not just here. We've got tomatoes there, and everywhere. Now, we want to grow our own. If you're collecting seeds or buying seeds online, like from our website or any other website, and you want to start early, yes, we've got the mini hothouses, the high domes, the heat mats, and all the wonderful contraptions that you can get to be able to grow and, you know, start off your little seed range or seedling range early if you like, or even, you know, later in the season. You can control the environment. But nature, I tell you, nature, Mother Nature, she's got it all cut out for us already. She's got it all worked out. These little plants here from last year's crop. Now, I let a lot of tomatoes purposely to fall to the ground. They fell off the vine, whether they were hit by a bird or they just over-ripened or they split open from too much water. Any of the above will cause the fruit to fall, whether it's a tomato or even a cucumber. I've actually done that with a cucumber too. I let it over-ripen on the other garden bed in the courtyard, and I'm waiting to see if that germinates on its own as well. And it'll be a little field of cucumbers everywhere. Now, when they germinate on their own, that tells you Mother Nature is telling you, and these little seedlings are telling you we're ready to grow. It's the season for it. Don't mind the weeds everywhere here. And this is Vader. This is little. Well, he's not little anymore, is he? He's about 45 kilos, I reckon, maybe pushing up to 50. He'll get up to about 70, I reckon, the way we're training him and the way he eats. He's a buffhead. Now, anyway, look out into your garden. Go for a wander in your garden like I have just now. And I haven't been out earlier on today, and I'm just looking around over there. The lettuce are doing well. We've got some leeks growing as well. But here, I've got a little field of tomatoes. I've got my tomatoes, the big malacas going on in there. These are the black tomatoes and orange tomatoes. These aren't the big malacas. They are over here. Actually, we should go over here. Don't mind the mess. Have they popped up yet? Yes, they have. These are 100% big malacas in there in the middle. There's a big malaca, there's another malaca. Look, we've got a field of malacas growing on in here. In the Greek world, we've got a party going on. Now folks, this is what happens. Let them germinate on their own. I expect them to be, not hoping, I expect them to be better than last year's crop. So if you've got self-germinated plants, seedlings or seeds in the ground, they will always outperform anything that you buy from your local garden centre. And I'm not saying don't support them. Always support your local garden centre. Support us online. We have our seed range as well, and most of our seeds are grown here, if not from our neighbouring friends. And we try to share them with everybody alike. So collect your seeds, harvest your seeds, and if your first year's crop isn't that good, mediocre, guaranteed if you collected some of that seed, the next year will be even better. But you've got to make sure it's clean and healthy fruit that you get it from. Let me get out of here before I destroy another plant. And once you start growing your own like that, you will not need to rely on anybody else. It's all from your own backyard. But you've got to understand the importance of that. Once upon a time, it's almost like a fairy tale story. Everybody used to grow their own produce. That's right, in their own backyard. I grew up as a young kid. Every day after school, my dad would pick me up from primary school, and we would do a pit stop to the vacant property he bought specifically to grow vegetables, not to have a house on it or rent it out, so he can have his veggie garden. And that's what we did. After school, 3:30, we'd pit stop there and harvest some produce. My dad would bring some village bread from home, a little bit of feta cheese, we'd crack it open, a green capsicum or yellow sweet capsicum, a tomato, cucumber and some fresh lettuce, shove it in there like that and just start eating. And I'd be picking and cleaning vegetables as I was doing that as well. Didn't even know what I was doing, and that was my training ground. That's what we used to do as young kids. And now I know many of you got little gardens, whether they're big or small, it doesn't matter. The young kids are getting involved, and if they want to be in the garden, give them the opportunity. Get them a little pot, get them a little raised garden bed. If you've got space, give them a veggie garden bed. Let them play with flowers as well. Every type of plant in the garden is vital and important to ourselves as human beings and nature. So get stuck into the garden. Try and grow something if you haven't done so already. I'm only trying to inspire you to get something coming out of your own backyard, so you're not relying so much on the big corps, because all they're doing is sucking us dry. That's all they're doing. And we're not getting... Don't let me get serious now about this, but I'll just put it straight to you like this. If you grow something at home and you buy something from the store and you can put them on the table and blindfold yourself, get the youngest kid in the family to taste test it and tell me if they can guess which one's store-bought and which one's homegrown. I guarantee you they'll get it right every time. They'll know the difference. Check out our website, vasilisgarden.com, for great specials. The 3-in-1 Flexi garden frames are in stock. Our citrus gall wasp, that's this thing here. Have a look at this beauty here. It's a monster of a thing. This is I think this is 2 3-in-1s. I can't remember. I built this last year, and all I've got to do is put the netting over the top. But yeah, this is what it is. You can build almost any sort of shape and size you like to cover whatever you need to cover. So they're available online. So is our citrus gall wasp. And yes, as we get closer to the warmer weather, which is basically by the end of September, you have to have your traps up installed to protect your trees. So check it all out, vasilisgarden.com, up to 70% off, and there's no .au. And the last thing I should also clear, folks, no, the website hasn't shut down. I, Vasili, haven't gone anywhere. I'm here on my property in Lethbridge enjoying it. The website's bigger and stronger than ever. So if you think I've changed websites, it's not me. It's not the official Vasili. It's another company who's moving on to a different brand, and rightly so, they can do whatever they like. But don't think that's me. And as far as the store in Coburg's concerned, stay tuned. We've got big surprises coming up for you. From me, Vasili Maresi, Vasili Garden, Vasili's Garden. That's right, out of Vasili. vasilisgarden.com. Take care.